Well, how do you expect me to react, Dad? There he was, standing there holding my baby girl like he was the father. What do you suggest? I give the guy a cigar?
You better calm down, Ridge, and you better start getting used to it.
Getting used to it, Connor Davis? No way.
Brooke is going to be dating other men, and your daughter's going to come in contact with these other men. Ridge, it's a fact of life.
It may be a fact of life, Dad, but that damn well doesn't mean I have to like it.
Ridge, Brooke is a good mother. You don't have to worry about Bridget's welfare just because you're not there.
I just can't stand Connor Davis, that's all.
Well, the truth of the matter is, I would just as soon Brooke not get involved with this guy either.
Really? Then we share an opinion of this guy.
Yes, we do, but for different reasons.
You want to explain that?
Ridge, listen to me. From here on out, I want you to make sure you do nothing to create any more tension between you and Connor Davis.
Why?
You have any idea what this guy does for a living?
I don't care what he does for a living.
Connor Davis is an attorney.
Listen, I was wondering if you wanted to ride with Rich and me to the wedding.
Oh, well, if I were to go to the wedding, it would be with Thorne and Kristen. Thank you so much, anyway.
Then you are thinking about going?
Well, it's a moot point, isn't it?
It is?
Well, yes, there isn't going to be any wedding.
Well, you certainly sound very sure of yourself.
I am, because Lauren has assured me.
Then your instincts were right about Sheila and Lauren knowing each other in Genoa City and that Lauren had some kind of evidence against her?
I have no idea what it is, but she's told me it's very important. Important enough to keep Eric and Sheila from being married.
Well, it must be pretty important for it to be used to call off a wedding. It's just that it sounds a little bit dangerous. I hope that Lauren knows what she's doing.
Well, she went to see Sheila last night, and she was, believe me, very determined. I'd love to have been a fly on the wall and seen that smug look come off of Sheila's face.
How did Lauren describe the meeting?
She hasn't.
What?
Well, I haven't spoken to her as of this morning.
I had just gotten the impression that you had a conversation with her.
No, by the time I got home last night, she was already in bed.
Oh.
Oh, I see. You think I'm counting my chickens before they hatch.
No, it's just that you know how these situations have a way of turning around at the last minute.
Not this time. You didn't see the look of resolve on Lauren's face. I'm absolutely convinced that she has accomplished exactly what she set out to do. I'm sure of it. Sheila Carter is a memory. A bad memory.
Oh, boy, I feel like I've been hit by a truck. Oh, but it was worth it. You should see the other guy. What a beautiful California morning. Sheila's probably 3 states away by now. The negatives are destroyed, and life is sweet. Now, to tell Stephanie the good news.
I had no idea that Connor Davis was an attorney. Probably went to some mail-order law school, and he spends all his time chasing ambulances.
Oh, I don't think so. I wish that were the case, but word has it that our Mr. Davis is a top-flight litigator and that he has an instinct, teaches him to go right for the throat.
Well, then this guy's gonna be more trouble than I thought. What if he gets wind of Brooks' claim on the belief patent?
No, it's our job to make certain that he doesn't. And it's your job to keep things nice and neighborly between the two of you.
No, wait a minute, Dad. If you're asking me to kiss up to this guy, forget it.
Ridge, I'm telling you, you know exactly what I need from you on this. I need you to take this high school rivalry of yours and put it right behind you where it belongs.
All right, you don't have to tell me.
And I will not tolerate you jeopardizing the future of this company by begrudging Brooke a new future or even falling in love again. Understood?
Yeah, understood.
Good.
So, was Sheila pleased with her wedding dress?
Oh, yes, she was, very much. I suppose I'm violating that old rule about the groom seeing the bride's wedding dress before the ceremony, but who needs a lot of the stuffy old rules, right?
You're really looking forward to this, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Very much aware that my family is not.
Dad, we're just concerned about you.
Well, don't be. I love Sheila. There's a magic about her. There's an excitement that I've never had with any other woman. I know what I'm getting into, Rich.
Yeah, I guess you do.
This wedding may seem premature to you, but it's not to me. It's what I want.
I still have to wonder, Dad.
Wonder what?
Sheila may make you an exciting wife. What kind of mother is she gonna be?
Well, I hope you're right, because it would certainly be a lot easier for this situation if Sheila were gone.
My only regret about all of this is that it's going to be painful for Eric.
Oh, of course, he's going to be hurt. He loves Sheila. But if she's been lying to him, the truth about her is going to change the way he feels about her anyway. And it would be much better to spare him the pain of a marriage that should have never happened, much less a nasty divorce.
I wish Eric could see it that way.
It's very nice, the way you're concerned for Eric.
Or are you saying that I have some undying hope where he and I are concerned?
For a reconciliation. But it's very natural for someone in your position to entertain those kind of feelings. Stephanie, look, I hope that you get what you want. I really do. Because you definitely deserve it.
Thank you, Taylor. That's very sweet. With Lauren Fenmore's help, maybe I will. Maybe I just will.
Damn you, Sheila!
Good morning, fool. Did you really think I'd give Brad the only negatives without saving a copy for a special occasion like this? One word to Eric or Stephanie and you can say goodbye to your precious little family. See you at the wedding.
She lied. She still had a negative. This bitch quit! What do I have to do to stop her? God, the wedding. Stephanie's counting on me. Do I dare?
The Lord must have got my little note by now. When's that girl going to learn she's just no match for me? Nobody is going to stop this wedding. Nobody. Wonder who that could be. surprise. What are you doing here, Mother?
I've come for your wedding, of course. I guess my invitation must have gotten lost in the mail.
Oh, well, guess again. You have a lot of nerve just showing up like this.
Why? Because I love my daughter? Because I want to share your joy in the happiest day of your life?
Oh, that's not all you want to share in, is it?
What do you mean?
You really want to make me happy, Mom?
Yes, of course, darling. Anything.
Well, great, terrific. Why don't you leave?
What?
You heard me. Get out.
Wait just a second. I brought you into this world. You owe me some respect.
I owe you nothing. I know what this is all about.
I told you I came here for your wedding. A mother ought to be at her daughter's wedding.
Don't make me laugh. You're here for what happens after the wedding.
I don't follow.
After I am Mrs. Eric Forrester, you're here to cash in.
Oh, you must hate me. Oh. What have I done to deserve this?
Mother, you can forget about your precious payday because it's not in the cards for you. Now just take your lousy flowers and your suitcase and get the hell out of here because I don't need you anymore. I never want to see your face again.
Are you saying that you don't think Sheila would make a very good mother?
I suppose I am.
I can see where you might feel that way. You haven't experienced Sheila's tenderness, but you will one of these days.
Are you planning to have another child with Sheila?
We have Eric Jr. to help raise, and he and Sheila get along famously.
I hope you're right.
And I hope that someday soon I'll find a cure for the pessimism that seems to have infected my family.
Dad, we're not pessimistic about you and Sheila.
Really? What would you call it then?
Cautious.
Well, I promised Sheila I would stop by. Shall I give her your best?
Sure. Why not?
There you are. In another minute, I was going to come up and check on you.
I must have overslept.
It must have been quite an evening. I've been on tenterhooks waiting to hear about this conversation with Sheila.
I don't even know where to start.
Is something wrong?
Yes, something is wrong.
My God, you look like you've been in a fight.
Oh, the fight hasn't even begun.
Lauren, what happened? What happened with Sheila?
You're not the daughter I raised.
Don't flatter yourself.
There's got to be some kind of evil inside of you, Sheila. How could you be so cruel to your mother?
I'm just doing what comes naturally, Mother. You've always made it very easy for me.
I guess I'm just some kind of old fool.
At last, something we finally agree on.
A fool because I thought you might have changed.
That's right, Mom. You know, I am what I am, okay? I make no excuses for myself. Now, why don't you do us both a favor and leave?
Don't worry, Sheila. I don't stay where I'm not wanted. I'll go.
I mean now.
Just one more thing. There's gonna come a time when you're gonna need your mother.
I can't imagine what for.
Just don't come crawling back asking for anything. You hear me?
You seem to forget I am going to be the new Mrs. Eric Forrester. There's not a chance that I'll be needing you for anything ever again, Mother.
You're evil, Sheila.
Are you finished?
Yes, I'm finished.
good. And don't forget not to write, Mother.
What happened?
Well, Sheila and I talked. But that's not all that happened.
I had no idea this woman was capable of physical violence. This is insane. I'm gonna call the police.
Stephanie, don't. I went to Sheila's apartment last night. She was in her wedding dress, if you could believe it. And I told her that if she didn't back away from the wedding, there would be a terrible price to pay.
She understood that you were going to tell Eric everything?
Oh, yes. That's when it got heated. And before I knew it, we were fighting.
Lauren, I'm so sorry. I mean that you've been hurt this way. Well, where do we stand? What's happening with the wedding?
You know, as of last night, I was convinced that I had forced her to back away.
You mean it's not going to happen? The wedding isn't going to take place? What is it? What's the matter?
Things look different this morning.
Different how?
I don't want to get into the details.
But you're going to try and stop the wedding, aren't
Oh,
you?
I haven't given up the fight. Believe me.
It's not a question of believing you or not believing you. It's the simple fact that you're the only thing that stands between Eric and what could be a real tragedy in his life. Don't abandon him.
I told you that if Sheila didn't back away from the wedding, she would have a terrible price to pay. What I didn't tell you is that if Sheila pays, I'm gonna have to pay too. I risk losing something very precious to me.
I see.
It's a risk. It's a very big risk. But one I may have to take.
Are you sure? Lauren, look. We're friends, and Eric and I love you, but... Are you absolutely sure about this?
I owe it to you. I owe it to Eric. Yes, I am gonna do it. I am gonna risk everything that I have to make sure that this wedding never happens. Never.
Right on time.
Well, hello. What, Hey. I thought you said you wanted to talk.
I do. It's about my wedding dress.
Your wedding dress? Why? What's wrong? Don't you like it?
No, I love it. And I love you for designing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just... In my whole life, I've dreamt of being married in a dress like you designed for the fashion show.
Uh-huh. Well, then, say no more. After all, that's my job, isn't it? Making all your dreams come true.
You aren't mad.
I'm furious.
Ooh. Is there anything I can do to make it up to you?
Let me think. Oh, I can think of several things.
So can I. In various combinations.
So, Sheila, it's the middle of the day.
But it's our last 24 hours as swinging singles, Eric. Don't you want to make the most of it? I know I do.
I have a desk full of work, and I have to get back to it. We have the rest of our lives. call you later.
The rest of our lives. Oh, God, I hope you're right.